I thought hurricane season was over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hurricane season is for sure over. You see the text, and also the off season for Tyson Pedro, who after 4 years is finally making his awaited return. His off season ends too, so cannot wait for this absolute meatlock. It's the return of Tyson Pedro, who at one point a lot of people anticipated to be challenging for the 205 belt. I mean, he is a huge light heavyweight. He's a guy that had just a very impressive early UFC tenure. I mean, not a lot of guys finished Khalil Roundtree Jr. and not a lot of guys finished Paul Craig, and he was able to kind of dominate both those guys. And I know he ran into Ilir Latifi after that, and that was a tough, discouraging loss. But Latifi's no joke. I mean, he's one of the best wrestlers out there, and is a guy who will provide a levels test for many guys in the UFC. So for Pedro to experience that setback to me wasn't the end of the world, and I did like how he rebounded over Safarov, and he got the finish in that one. So the only concern I guess some could point to in this one is the fact that it's been nearly 4 years. He's had those gnarly knee injuries, but he's taken on Hurricane Ike Villanueva, who at 18 and 13 is a guy who's lost 4 or 5. He's got only the one win against Vinicius Moreira, and that guy might be the worst guy to ever fight in the UFC. Vinicius Moreira was not a good UFC fighter, and Ike Villanueva has gotten finished in all 4 of his losses. So seems like an easy layup setup for him in this one. The UFC essentially saying, yo, Tyson Pedro, if you are a sliver of what you were 3 years ago, we're going to give you the easiest layup to return to, get you back on track, get you back to those winning ways, and then stonks from there on out. So what are your thoughts on this absolute meatlock? How do you think Tyson Pedro gets this done? And is Hurricane going to sleep?
Yeah, hurricane season is definitely over. It's summer now, and he's going to sleep. Sad to say, this is a lock nonetheless. Pedro's going to get it done. This is a big comeback fight for him. I mean, clearly heavy favor for a reason. They need to get this guy back on his feet and back in the winning column. So this is a lock nonetheless. Definitely take it to the grill on this one.
Yeah, for sure. And 94% is rolling with Tyson Pedro. They are rolling with the Meat Boys, and majority of it is Brown. They think that KO TKO is most likely. There's a decent sliver of copper for the sub as well, but it seems as though a finish for Pedro is what Tapology is thinking. 6% is rolling with Hurricane Ike Villanueva, and maybe those are his friends and family or something. But beyond that, I just don't see much of a pathway for Hurricane Ike, given the fact, even despite the fact that we haven't seen Tyson Pedro in 4 years, and we haven't seen him since all these knee injuries. I think that a hobbled one knee Tyson Pedro should still have enough to take out Hurricane Ike. So with that, we're going to be throwing down 916 at minus 600. It's going to net 152.67. Simply get us another easy 47th meat lock. It'll make us we've gone 9 of our last 10 last week. Easy meat lock. So that was light work. Thanks a lot, Booty the Baddies. So should be more stonks in this one. Any last thoughts on this, Meatlock?
No, this is a meat one nonetheless. Throw in the comments. You guys agree with the Meat Boys and you're locking it down, or you're not? We'd love to hear them, and make sure to subscribe and check out our other videos.